Going to question 14. We always look at the prompt first. This one's asking us for something that logically completes the text. And when we're getting that question, that's a predictive question asking us what might come next. But if you simply summarize what the text says, you'll usually find one answer that matches what you said when you summarized it. So let's start reading. Although military veterans make up a small proportion of the total population of the US, they occupy a significantly higher proportion of the jobs in the civilian government. One possible explanation for this disproportionate representation is that military service familiarizes people with organizational structures that are reflected in the civilian government bureaucracy, and this familiarity thus. So we're hearing that military veterans occupy a higher proportion of the jobs in civilian government. And the explanation is that they're already familiar with those types of organizational structures. And this makes them, maybe in my own words, I might say, makes them a better fit. So, which answer might say that? A says this familiarity makes civilian government jobs especially appealing to military veterans. That might work because they're a good fit. B, this familiarity alters the typical relationship between military service and subsequent career preferences. I can't imagine that the familiarity with organizational structures changes the relationship. That's kind of going off on a tangent there. C, this familiarity encourages non veterans applying for civilian government jobs to consider military service instead. That's kind of a leap. Maybe that's true, but the passage didn't say anything to that effect that non veterans are going to go ahead and apply for military service knowing that it's going to help them in the future. That's maybe a whole other conversation. And D, this familiarity increases the number of civilian jobs that require some amount of military experience. We're not hearing anything about jobs that require amounts of military experience. That's another separate conversation. So we've gotten rid of B, C, and D, and our answer here is A.